Disappointing outcome, and was proud of the way our kids fought. I thought the attitude was right. I thought we started the right way. You know, it was everything we talked about in terms of getting the stop early there and setting up the shot touchdown. So I was really proud of that. I just didn't think we sustained play well enough through the middle of the game. Obviously, the miss on the 4th and 2 was big. Felt like we needed to score touchdowns in this game to win it, and so in the end, you got to credit LSU and credit the fact that they made the plays they needed to make, and we didn't. But also very proud of the way our team fought, and have a ton of respect for our players. If anything, I heard for them right now because they put so much into this that it's painful when you come up short. So there's going to be learning in this, and what I told them in the locker room is, you know, I'm proud of the fight, I'm proud of the effort, and we got to play better football to win in the SEC and to win on the road, and that's just the reality. We can do that, and so we're committed to turning the page and to not allowing this game to linger, and shifting our focus to a really good Tennessee team and finishing the regular season out at home. So with that, I'm happy to open up for questions.
Defensively, it felt like you guys have steadily improved throughout the season before this game. What do you think progressed?
Well, I want to credit LSU, but first of all, I mean, I felt like you know, they were able to make some plays in space, you know, and I actually thought that we closed the space decently, you know, and so we missed on some one-on-one tackles that got out on us. I think they designed some wins on some over routes that were catch and run plays, but obviously, you know, they performed really well on 3rd down, which they're a really good 3rd down team. So I think that the way they protect the quarterback and our inability to shorten the down just gave them opportunities to win down the field. And again, when the quarterback's able to step into the pocket and find the check down late, it's going to find its way into bigger space because our guys are dropping to the top of zones. And so just seemed like that was the rhythm of the game a little bit. I thought it seemed like the run defense tightened after we gave up the touchdown, and you know, that was a short box, but it should have been fit better. I mean, we had the numbers we needed. It just we were a little wide on our fit. So anyways, there's going to be things that we can do better, obviously, and things that we need to improve upon. But I don't see this game as some kind of marker that, you know, we're slipping. I think we need to just look at it and understand the areas that we need to perform better. And some of that's in the scheme. Some of that is designing ways to add a 5th or 6th rusher to shorten the down. And so we'll look at those things and obviously look to improve before we play a really good Tennessee offense.
A lot of those 3rd downs were long, like 9, 10, or whatever. Do you think that was more like lack of pass rush as opposed to coverage, or how did you read it?
Well, it's a combination of both. I mean, I think there are times where, you know, they were able to find a check down and just it beat us to the sticks, you know, so we weren't able to collapse the space around it and vice it fast enough. But certainly, you know, when you have the ability to get the pass rush going and disrupt the quarterback, you know, you can turn those checkdowns at times into incompletions, bat the ball, affect the throw. And we just weren't able to do that. And when you look at their performance last week, I think the sacks tell the story, and I think the turnovers tell the story, right? And, you know, we weren't really able to get that level of pressure on the quarterback, and we weren't able to get the ball turned over and create the extra possessions our offense needed. So you know, there was some coverage. I think there were some good coverage snaps, you know, especially down in the red zone. And then, you know, we had a dig run away from us, and we had an uncovered route in the corner of the end zone. And, you know, those things aren't acceptable. So we got to look at it and learn. But I think that you got to credit them for the way they protected the passer, and credit the quarterback for how he's able to find the open player. And good players in space are a problem for the defense.
You've talked about your issues you have with the clapping rule. Did they give you an explanation there?
They called delay game on defense because we clapped in the secondary, and that's the rule. So you can't clap on defense. And my issues are not with any of the officials at all. I got a ton of respect for them. I say this every time, but I do. And obviously I get upset, because I'm competitive, but those guys, they call the game as it's meant to be called. My issue is, why we're interjecting, why we're having them interject on plays that aren't impacted by the clap, and if we're clapping and they're jumping, I get it. We can't do that, but that's a huge moment in the game that ultimately they're able to kneel the ball out because the penalty flag. But again, all that to say that there's going to be opportunities for us in this game beyond that moment that we need to play better, and that's going to be our focus moving forward.
Yeah. So on the 4th and 2, then along those lines, what did you see there? The first half where Pavia tried to hit.
Yeah, it looked like we had a good swing at it. I mean, I think it was 4th and 2. We were within field goal range, but at 2, you just have confidence that you're gonna find the 2 yards. And I'm betting on my offense, so we left them out there. And the goal there was, at the time we were tied. I wanted to punctuate with a touchdown, and I thought we had a good look at it. We just didn't finish the play, and so that's part of football.
Coach,
you guys passed a lot early in the game. Was that part of the game plan? Typically, when you say you play to your identity, that involves more running. Is this something matchup specific or what?
Well, we wanted to try to get the ball on the perimeter and in the secondary, and that was part of us trying to kind of attack them and their tactics and what they do. But I think we've talked about Diego's banged up, and he's we're also trying to take a little bit of load off them. But that dude, when he has opportunities to run it, he runs it hard. I mean, he's so consistent and reliable that way, and such a competitor. But we wanted to get the ball in the secondary. We thought that was a place where we could find some space. And we did it times tonight, and then other times, again, we weren't able to get the playoff. So stuff we'll look at on the film and review as we go forward, but that was part of the plan.
Coach, you turned to Nate Johnson a few times tonight. I'm just curious, did you see anything on film that made you want to implement that, or was that just part of your game plan?
No, I mean, that's part of our offensive identity is to use the quarterback in the run game, and that's something that Nate brings, and obviously Diego does too. But in a world where you're trying to, keep Diego fresh and healthy, and you have someone on the team that can do those things too. We just felt like he gave us the best shot at the quarterback run stuff and the read stuff tonight, and so that's why he was in there. Of course, Diego ran some of those plays too, but that's just a part of who we are, and Nate's a capable runner.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thanks.